Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. The idea of talent, the idea of a meritocracy. Hire the best and most talented person for the job. It seems to be a concept that's dying, and especially in the world of politics, in the world of media, social media, powerful entities and corporations. It's just a club. It's a networking club, a who's who. Who do you know? Where have you been? Where have you worked? Who are your friends? What is your influence? It's a cynical game, a revolving door. People going in and out, from the FBI to the White House to CNN, MSNBC, Fox, to Twitter, Facebook, Google. In many cases, using positions in government to leapfrog ahead in the corporate world and work their way into lucrative positions. And I mean, this little story, you cannot make this stuff up. Although you probably can, because it's the most surprising yet unsurprising career move for this particular individual. We're talking about Adam Kinzinger, supposed real, genuine guy with real dignity who's standing up for democracy. Well, he just updated us on his new career path, and guess where he's ended up? Adam Kinzinger is now, yes, you probably already know our guest Ed, a senior political analyst, or rather senior political commentator at CNN. We got some stuff to get into. Let's talk about the revolving door of Washington. Let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so the memes have already started. I'm sure you already saw the one from the meme of the day. Adam Kinzinger now works at CNN. What a shock, I know. So surprising. Actually, one of the funniest parts about this story is that Tucker Carlson actually predicted this exact move months ago. Take a look at this.
But to prove that things are changing, CNN has now hired former GOP Congressman Adam Kinzinger as not just a political analyst, mind you, but the network's senior political analyst, which is no surprise to this show, which just days ago predicted this. Watch.
In just weeks, Adam Kinzinger will be another CNN contributor. No one will ever see him again. But we will never forget him.
He was right on the money. Although, to be honest, it's kind of like a 50-50 prediction. There's only really three options for someone like Adam Kinzinger. Option number one, serving burgers and fries at McDonald's. Option number two, become a high-powered Washington lobbyist. And option number three, go work for the lamestream fake news media. And that's exactly what he did. Here's the announcement from CNN.
Out front now, former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger. I am pleased to welcome him to CNN. He's appearing tonight for the first time in his new role, which is senior political commentator. And Congressman, we really are thrilled to have you on board. So welcome. Welcome.
And it really starts to clarify everything now, doesn't it? Maybe Adam Kinzinger knew what he was doing all along. Politics is a very cynical game, with these politicians that are totally self-interested, their own personal career advancement being their number one priorities on the backs of taxpayer dollars. Maybe Adam Kinzinger knew that they were going to redraw his district map in 2020, and so he had no chance of winning again. He had to formulate a strategy, and his strategy was to betray Donald Trump, to become the Democrat poster child, to do little CNN and MSNBC tours on a weekly basis, and to eventually land a position. And it seems as though that's the freaking model these days. That's what all these fake Republicans do. And that's why we keep seeing them pop up one at a time in lucrative media positions. We've already mentioned this phenomenon previously with The View. ABC's The View with Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, and Sunny Hostin. The absolute worst show on television. Well, these political talk shows have to create the illusion of a bipartisan conversation. And so they need to bring on rhino grifters like Meghan McCain, Anna Navarro, Alyssa Farah Griffin. Look, we're being fair. We have a Republican on the show, but the Republican every single time is a rhino, merely playing the role of a conservative, and every single time essentially just agrees with them on everything. Yes, Donald Trump is an evil orange Hitler man. And so people clearly know that, and someone like Alyssa Farah Griffin is so easy for her to break her loyalty after working in the Trump administration for multiple years, backstabs him, backstabs the Republican base, and then gets a lucrative media job working at ABC's The View as their token conservative. This is the exact same model that Adam Kinzinger is following. It's the cynical, revolving Washington door. It's never surprising. This is what what politicians and people working in the federal government do. This is why there's so many former FBI lawyers and agents working at places like Twitter and Facebook. Here's an article from January 15, 2016. Which members of Congress become lobbyists? The ones with the most power. Here's the data. Party and ideology don't make a difference. A few things that we examined appear to make little difference in whether a member of Congress goes off to lobby. For instance, it doesn't matter whether someone served in the House or the Senate. Slightly more than a quarter of both chambers' alumni became lobbyists after leaving Congress. Party affiliation doesn't make much of a difference either. 29% of House Republicans and 26% of House Democrats became lobbyists after retiring. In the Senate, the party difference is sharper, 38% to 25%, but still not statistically significant. Nor does ideology matter much. Whether we're looking at the divide between liberal and conservative or moderate and extreme congressional alumni of all ideological stripes appear to become lobbyists at roughly the same rate. This is what they do. This is the Washington racket. In fact, it literally happened just the other day, less than a week ago. The Swamp. Democrat congressman retires early so he can get lobbying paychecks sooner. The Epic Time reported that Representative G.K. Butterfield announced Friday he resigned early from Congress just days before his term would have come to an end on Tuesday. Starting Saturday at midnight, Butterfield will no longer represent North Carolina's 1st congressional district, he said. He's retiring early because he is going to work at a law firm that does lobbying in Washington, D.C. He has to wait a year to lobby Congress, but he will be lobbying the executive branch before that. It's just a bunch of professional grifters, leeches, professional useless people who are playing the game. And by playing the game, guess who's really getting played in the end? It's you. The people who claim to represent you, the people who claim to be in leadership positions, making change and writing laws and passing bills to make your life better, seem to always have one core goal that trumps all: self-enrichment, personal gain. Whether it be career gain, notoriety, fame, but most importantly, riches. This is why we see these Washington clowns increase their wealth exponentially while serving. Adam Kinzinger seems pretty damn good at this stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden we learn that Adam Kinzinger is a multi-millionaire, living in Beverly Hills, driving his kids to school in a Lamborghini. I mean, he's following in the footsteps of the great Liz Cheney, a woman who somehow managed to make $35+ million attributed to her net worth. I always add that little distinction. So it seems as though it's $35 million after taxes in only 6 years of serving in Congress. How exactly do you do that? Well, very simply by being a Washington swamp creature grifter. And that is what they do, and that's why they're willing to throw away their political career so easily. It's easy for someone like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger to throw away their chances of being reelected. They don't care about being reelected. That's not where the money's at. You think they care about making $170,000 a year? I mean, it's a great salary, but you're not doing anything special making $175,000 a year. You're just living a decent, good life. That's not what these people want. These people want wealth and opulence and multiple vacation homes. These people never want to work a day in their lives. That's why they go to Washington. They spend 2, 4, 6, whatever how many years pretending to work for the people. Then they retire or sabotage their careers, exit their seats, and all of a sudden there's no more eyes on them. All of a sudden, they can get a lucrative position, hardly working, hardly doing anything at CNN or another network. Adam Kinzinger's probably making bank, doing nothing but phoning in at CNN and saying, "Ma orange man bad, ma democracy, ma insurrectionists, ma terrorists." And he's just got to reiterate the same talking points in a 5-minute interview on CNN maybe a couple times a week. Or they lobby Washington, doing the bidding of major corporations at the expense of the American people, because they're bought and paid for puppets when they serve in office and even when they exit, when they retire, because they don't really retire now, do they? They just continue to work for themselves, even though they say countlessly how they're working tirelessly for the American people. But that's my update on the Adam Kinzinger grift. He's a real man of integrity, so much integrity that he's decided to go work at CNN. What a friggin' clown. That's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.